The Lazy King and the Wise Sage. A lesson in hard work. Once upon a time, there was a king who was incredibly lazy. He had no interest in managing his kingdom or ensuring the welfare of his people. His daily routine revolved around three things: eating, sleeping, and relaxing. Because of his carelessness, his kingdom began to suffer. The people longed for a responsible ruler who would lead them toward prosperity, but the king paid no attention to their concerns and continued living in comfort. Over time, his ministers grew frustrated. They tried countless times to make him realize his duties, but he refused to change. His laziness caused him to gain so much weight that even moving from his bed became a challenge. Soon, news of his sluggishness spread beyond his kingdom, and neighboring rulers mocked him for his lack of discipline. This humiliation finally struck the king deeply. One day, while gazing into a mirror, he felt ashamed of his appearance and realized that if he did not take action, his kingdom would collapse. Determined to change, he made an announcement: "Whoever helps me regain my health and strength will be rewarded generously." Upon hearing this, the kingdom's most skilled healers and physicians rushed to the palace. They prepared special herbal medicines and tonics, promising that they would help the king lose weight. However, despite consuming them regularly, his condition only worsened. His weight continued to increase instead of decreasing. Then one day, a wise sage arrived in the kingdom. He had heard about the king's condition and approached the palace guards. "I have a cure," he declared confidently, "but the king must come to me personally. I do not visit royal courts, and this remedy will only work if I hand it to him myself." When the message reached the king, he was overjoyed at the thought of a solution. However, upon learning that he would have to go to the sage himself, his excitement turned to anger. "This is absurd," he shouted. "I can barely get out of bed, let alone walk to him." His ministers, however, urged him to try. "Your Majesty, this might be your last hope. Please make the effort." Realizing he had no other choice, the king reluctantly sat up. With the help of his soldiers, he took a few unsteady steps. Though it was extremely difficult, he pushed himself forward and slowly made his way toward the sage's hut. When he finally arrived, the guards informed him that the sage had stepped out and would return the next day. Annoyed but determined, the king struggled back to his palace. The following day, he made the same journey, only to be told that he must return yet again. This continued for several days. Each time, the sage made an excuse, asking the king to come back the next day. Without realizing it, the king was walking longer distances every day. After a month of this routine, the sage finally handed him a simple cup of water. He murmured a prayer over it and said, "Drink this, and you will be healed." Eagerly, the king drank it, then asked, "What is this magical remedy?" "My royal physicians must learn to prepare it." The sage smiled and replied, "Your Majesty, this is nothing but ordinary water. The truth is, there was never any miracle cure." The king was stunned. "Then how did I lose weight and regain my health?" The sage chuckled. "You healed yourself. For the past month, you have walked to my hut daily. Your determination and effort made you stronger. There is no shortcut to good health, only hard work and consistency." The king stood in silence, realizing his foolishness. He had wasted time waiting for an easy fix when all he needed was perseverance and discipline. From that day forward, he changed his ways. He became an active and responsible ruler, leading his kingdom with wisdom and strength. Lesson from the story. This story teaches us that success and self-improvement do not come from shortcuts or magic solutions. Many of us hope for an easy way out, wishing for instant results, but the true path to achievement lies in effort and perseverance. Just as the king had to step out of his comfort zone to grow stronger, we too must take responsibility for our lives. Real success comes from dedication, discipline, and consistency. If you found this story inspiring, share it with your friends and family. And if you want to hear more motivational stories, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Your support helps us bring more meaningful content your way. See you in the next story,